Hello everybody, Kaz88 here. Welcome back to another episode of Simple Survival, or actually in this case we are technically on my creative server, where I do a lot of my test stuff. So if you look behind me, you can see that this is actually the test build that I did of the shop that I built for Collapse Deep, and that's the reason why we're here today, because I've been asked to do another shop, this time for Sid Fury. So yeah, there's just a few problems. Well, not problems as such, but as you can see, this is the kind of building that I like to do. I like to do rustic, old, with character, and they've asked for a very modern build. Yeah, modern, because I've got a whole lot of experience of doing that. Hey, zombie head. There's another thing. They've gone with a 7 plot, whereas this was an 11 by 11 plot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, Kaza does maths. And they've gone for a 7 by 7 plot. And they want it completely full of chests, not even spread out like how I've done here. So, oh, and it's got to look good. Yeah. So, quite a few constraints there. I thought I'd bring you onto my creative server today so that you could sort of see my thought process into what I'm thinking about, why I choose to do what I do, and give you an idea of how I came up with the design in the first place. Clear as mud? Sound good? Cool. Okay, cool. So first of all, I've marked out the area that we've got to play with, which is not a lot. It is not big at all. And as I've always said, they want it to be absolutely chocker full with chests. So this could be interesting. So this is effectively what they're looking for in terms of the amount of chests that they want. Just check in. Yeah, someone from the bottom can access the top chest there. Okay, so as you can see, that is getting quite tight. So there's not going to be a lot of room for detailing, but then at the same time, they want a modern design. So modern does tend to be quite clinical, quite clear, rather than, adding all of these kind of features that we've got going on here. So I think the first thing we need to do is have a think of a block palette. So whenever I think of modern, I straight away think of concrete. There's just one problem with, or what I perceive as a problem with concrete in Minecraft. So yes, it does look nice and clean, it does look quite modern, but I can't do stairs. It's very difficult for me to do any kind of detailing with this once it's in. And quartz doesn't quite match with the white concrete. That's not too bad. Which one was that? That was just normal quartz stairs. Okay. So that could work. Okay, I think I might be onto something. So I'm going with this white and cyan at the minute. However, I may change the concrete colour that I'm going with. I may change it to like a dark grey or another feature colour. I'll see what they think, but I just need to make my mind up on what it's going to be. The main colour is going to be white. That's what I'm going with because it screams modern. I just need to decide what the secondary colour is going to be. But I quite like this. So I've done a little indent like this because one of the shops pretty much next to it has almost the same kind of feature. So it's not stealing the feature. It's making this building fit into the surroundings, so to make it look kind of like it belongs. And I'm taking this as like a modern, artsy, fancy way of coming in, very similar to what I did with my design, except for without the additional windows. But I quite like this at the minute. It's meant to be like a samurai, because the issue that I've got, because it's modern, there's a lot of things that wouldn't work detail-wise with modern. And also, I've not got the room. It's a 7 by 7, and they want all these chests. But at the same time, I don't want to do something just completely plain for them. And I think they'd quite like this kind of thing in the side of their building. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'll send photos to them in a bit, and we'll get the verdict from them, and we'll see what they think. Okay, I got distracted from the outside, and I started doing a little bit on the inside. So basically, this is going to need lighting, and sea lanterns always scream modern lighting. So what I quite fancied was doing something with these kind of end rods, making it look like it's a fiber optic kind of thing, linking them together. And then obviously that then means I've got to do something with the underground here, because I want these kind of showing slightly. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So if I just put that in there like that, and then what I kind of want to do is something like this. So again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add personality into the building without changing the fact that it's a modern building. It's got to look clean, it's got to look crisp, whereas I would usually do this kind of detailing by adding broken kind of bricks and things like that, which you can't do that when it's meant to be a brand new building. So how do you think that's looking? It's kind of covering the end rods. I mean, you can see that there's something, you know, if you're curious, you'd be like, oh, what's that down there? So that's a little bit of intrigue. I'm happy with it. Do I want that? I don't hate it. Do I prefer that? I think I prefer that. That's intriguing. That's interesting. But I can't do that because that's where the water stream is going to go for getting up and down. So we'll do it like that. And then in the middle here, we're just going to go with... Oh, we'll go with the cyan for now, maybe. Sometimes you just got to live with something for a bit and just see what your brain thinks of it after a little bit. But I like this pattern that we got going. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. So this would be, this line here would be the ceiling. It would also be the floor of the next level. So, oh god, my voice is failing. So yeah, so that's why I've got the sea lanterns going, because I want to repeat the design all the way through. So yeah, these sea lanterns are going to have to be in the floor. I think before I do too much more though, I think I'm going to take some photos, send them to Sid, see what he thinks, see if I'm on the right track, and then we'll adjust from there. So in the next bit of footage, I may either be very chipper or very sheepish. Let's find out. So, not a complete failure. He was mostly happy with the interior. They mostly liked the pixel art sides, and they liked the Space Invader pixel art. So 3 for 3 so far. They did not like, however, my little robot faces on the front. So, sorry little robot faces, but you've got to go. So the main work on point he had was that it looked very plain from the front, which is a little bit difficult with a modern build to not make something look plain. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap for the name blocks. So you can put the name of the shop in here. And I think the best place to put that is there, because then there's an actual backing to it. So we'll put that in there, and then I'm wondering whether we just now add a trim around here. Okay, so far not terrible. Let's maybe try... Does it look like the glass on the front? Oh, that's annoying. A little bit of intrigue. A bit of interest. Success! They're happy. Well, I mean, they're kind of happy. They like the look of this a lot more than the previous design that I did. It's definitely a lot cleaner looking, should we say. And then there's a 3 block gap there for putting alpha blocks in, which is like a server side thing to spell out the name of the shop. So yeah, with that in mind, I think it's time to actually get on the server and start building stuff. So you can see I've made a start, and already I'm liking it. It's unique, but at the same time has a similar properties to other buildings that are in the area, which makes it look like it actually belongs and it's not just popped up out of nowhere. It's pretty different to its neighbour, but it shares the same dimensions, so stops it looking too out of place. Wow, this was so much easier to build in creative. Would you say I'm looking shifty? So yeah, I think it's fair to say that they liked it. They've already put their name plaque up there, Sid. As you can see, I've gone for 3 distinct colours there, getting other than the blue one here, which is a bit different. You can see it goes dark and goes lighter. And then yeah, you've got these little NG things just for a little bit of interest. You've got the pattern in the floor to just break up the floor there. If we go up first, I'll show you up. So again, same format. We're just now showing the different levels, colours in the ceilings and the floors there. Oh, I'm missing a row of chests. I'll fix that in a second. Then you can see from the outside, we've got this trim going around, and then on the sides, I've gone for like a the pixel art kind of thing all the way up. Slightly different faces on each level. Same as the Space Invader kind of dudes on the back. Slightly different faces on each level. But my personal favourite, although I'm not sure how Sid feels about it, I think Sid likes it, but I think it's not quite the modern feel he's going for. But I really like this. So this was like a dungeon kind of feel. Never right themed kind of floor effectively. And I think it's just about modern. It's just not concrete, you know, it's quite clean. It's all uniformal. But yeah, I think this is definitely in terms of what Sid was looking for in the build department. This is a little bit off script, but I like it. You see from a distance, it looks absolutely fantastic, and it blends in there with the rest of the shopping district. But yeah, that's all I'm going to have time for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you found it useful, me talking through how I come up with my ideas for building stuff, then let me know. Maybe I'll do a few more episodes about it. If you'd like to see some of my build tutorials, maybe check out this playlist up in the top left. And if you want to see some of the other kind of series that I do, maybe check out this playlist in the top right. Until next time, love you, miss you, bye.